I'll invite you to come on up to the podium here. And we've got your parcel pulled up on the big screen behind us.
Okay, thank you.
And let's see, we're going to find, let us pull up your information real quick here. Okay. All right, well, welcome. What I'll do is I'm going to turn things over to you. We have the current tax card in front of us and the assessor's field data sheet. But I'll turn it over to you, and then after you're done, if we have any questions, we can go from
Okay,
there.
that sounds good.
Yes, ma'am.
I just recently bought this house, and I moved in right at the end of December and 2022.
Okay.
And so the taxes were $18.01, I'm sure you can see that, and 17 cents. And then after living there, 1 year, they were raised from that amount to, trying to look. I don't see very well in my old age. $2,768.85. And I don't understand the building improvement. It says $354,500. I didn't have, when I bought the house, I didn't have any improvements done to it. So, that's not a true statement right there, and I don't know where that came from. Do you have any information on what the building improvements were?
So, based on value, you've got land value and you've got improvements value. The word improvements doesn't necessarily mean things you've done to an object to make it better. It's a way of valuing anything other than the raw piece of dirt. So bulkhead, shed, your pier, pavement, those are improvements because those are things outside of just the raw dirt. So let's look at, seems like your land value it increased $5,000 from the previous assessment, but your improvement value, so everything minus the land, went up from 2,059 to 354. And your price per square foot, according to the assessor from last time, went from $97 a square foot to $178. So that's probably where your question is, why all of a sudden this big jump in improvement value?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we go through the fact, is the square footage 2,127?
I brought my settlement statement. I'll look on it and see.
Was that when you purchased the property?
Yeah. Because
Probably won't
it's
be on
only
there.
been, a short time
Okay.
since I've been in the house, but that sounds about right.
All right. And then three bedrooms,
Yes,
3 full baths,
yes,
no half bath?
no,
Okay. House was built in 1994. Heat pump for heating and cooling,
yeah.
and then wood floors.
Well, not wood floors, fake wood floors. There's a big difference
the
there.
laminate wood flooring?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then, looks like you've got some bulkhead.
It needs to be repaired. It's in really bad shape. But haven't been, been able to afford doing that yet.
Okay. So the bulkhead needs to be replaced.
Yeah.
How about the pier?
Well, it's a teeny tiny dock, that, if you're familiar at all with Ivy Creek, it's like from here to that wall. I mean, you can't swim in it, and it's
Right.
mud and all like that. So it's just a little one, and it's got a lot of boards missing, and it kind of needs to be, just a lot of things need to be done to it.
Okay.
It slopes, and so part of it's under the water most of the time and
Okay.
everything.
Let's see. And you've got a new 12 by 16 shed that was, that was added back before you bought it,
Yeah.
2020.
But I just, I don't understand how it can go up that much. Deborah Edgar was my real estate agent and broker, and she sold this house to me. And I had her look over this because, I don't really know anything about things like this.
Sure.
And she said that the reassessed value for $439,000, she said, there's no way that my house would sell for that at all. And so, it just doesn't seem like that would be correct.
Okay.
It's a little small house, and I'm really thankful to have it because my husband Jimmy died, and I had to move. And
Sorry to
I
hear
wanted to stay in Moratica, and this
Right.
was the only place I could afford then, so, but I'm concerned about it going up a lot, and the property taxes going up too, because, I'm on a real fixed income.
Do you think, from the last assessment to this assessment, property values have gone up a bit, but the purchase price of $365, was there anything in that purchase price that maybe?
Well,
that-
they were selling it for less, and a couple put what's it called, tried to buy it. What's it called?
Offer?
An offer, yeah. And because it was the only house in Moratica, it's where I had raised all my children, and I wanted to stay there, so when they came back, to visit me, it would be, where they grew up, my 4 boys. And so I made a higher offer, and so I was able to buy the house, but the original price was not as much as I paid for it. But anyway, so that's why that's different.
And then, so potentially somewhere in there. And then hopefully what's gonna happen, the taxes that they show on the form, every year the county sets the tax rate based on how much they have to how much money they have to raise. So I think it's pretty much a guarantee that the tax rate will be lower this year than it was last year. Exactly where they come in, exactly how that's gonna affect your taxes, but they should be less than what's on the form that they sent to you. But I know we've had other people in Moratico come in and,
Well, Deborah Edgar came in, and hers was lowered some.
yeah.
And then this is my second time coming in, so, I was just hoping that property taxes could be lowered. It doesn't have a garage or a carport or a porch or a deck on the house or any of those things, that a lot of houses in Moratica have.
Why is that deck over here? C deck or D deck? Shed.
What's that?
So, why is that there?
Are there 2 sheds on the property?
Yeah, one is a little tiny one, just for tools.
Yeah.
And then there's another one, yeah.
Oh, there's 2 little small ones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're not putting a ton of value on those.
I wonder.
Certainly sounds like the bulkhead might need some depreciation.
Well, if you notice, there's 2 bulkheads and 2 piers.
And he's got a note where there's only one
so we
bulkhead
need to
and pier, but he didn't
Take one of
change
those
it.
off, one bulkhead off, one pier off.
Certainly doesn't seem like that would be 185 feet of
What is it?
water frontage, right?
Oh, you saw it.
Doesn't look like it's,
Hard to tell.
I didn't think it was that much.
It was on the old assessment.
Let me see if he sees it. Oh,
We could try to overlay Google Earth and try to measure it.
Get an idea or look at the aerial and just see
Yeah.
if there's two
Yeah.
different sections for some reason, but
Does he have-
yeah, for .443 of an acre, I mean, it's always hard
This
to
was
tell
the
just looking
one,
at a
yeah, this
map
was
like
in
that, but I wouldn't
his
think
field notes.
you'd have much more than 85 or 100 feet of waterfront.
Just eyeballing it, definitely.
There certainly shouldn't be two piers. I wouldn't
Oh,
think.
okay.
There's not two piers on the property?
Yeah, he does.
Just
He
what?
does.
There's only one pier?
Oh, yeah, just one little one that's falling apart, sort of.
It's gonna be 8 by 16.
Yeah.
I wonder why you didn't change it. Let's see.
Does anybody have any more questions for Ms. Barrett?
No, sir.
No? Well, Ms. Barrett, what we're gonna do, we've got 2 more walk-in appointments this afternoon and several email appointments. But after we're done with the appointments, so we go back in case by case, we'll probably go in reverse order. So we're gonna look at your property, look at the land, look at the improvements, and then base a decision. We've already found a couple of inaccuracies. The tax card had 2 sets of bulkheads and 2 piers on the property. So
Oh.
that needs to be corrected. That's
Yeah.
one error we found. So we're going to go through this, and then we will render our decisions this afternoon. And then we will, let's see, 5934 Maratica Road?
Yes.
Good mailing address for you?
Yes.
Okay. We'll notify you in the mail within about 2 to 3 weeks' time of this board's decision.
Oh, okay. Well, I certainly appreciate y'all being here
Well,
and
thank you for-
listening to me.
Thank you for coming in and bringing this to our attention. We're here because of mistakes have happened. You know,
Yeah,
assessors they're human, but it's our important job to make sure that everyone's treated fairly and equitably, and errors are corrected so that the actual assessed value looks more in line with fair market value than such disparity, so.
Yeah. okay. Well, thank you so much.
All
I
right.
appreciate your time.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
too.
ma'am.
Since Ms. Waddy is not coming in,
You wanna knock this out real quick?
let's go ahead and knock this one out now.
Okay.
Ms. Barrick,
Yep.
because then we've got 1:45 and 2 o'clock, they are coming in, and then we'll
Okay.
get the other one, so. Let me try,
Factor can go back to 100, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
was this on MLS?
I don't remember it.
There was multiple offers. You think it would have had to have been unless it was on those odd ones or somebody. Just the house in Moratico from Northern Virginia.
I can't remember this, I think this had no.
What'd she say, 349?
That must be it. 'Cause she, right, and then she bought it for 365. Yep, Deborah Edgar.
That's it, yeah. So, this has 150 feet. Let's see if there's a plat. There's a plat.
Oh. I guess 150 linear. Sometimes that's just sort of a random, do they have the,
No, they don't, shoot.
Well, there's 100 feet on the road, so kind of eyeball that to
Okay, yeah.
to the water frontage.
Is that closer to 150? You think it's closer to 85?
Yeah.
Well, I guess if you take this, come straight down.
there's that little indent that might add.
Yeah.
It might be close to 100 then.
Yeah.
Well, so let's, assuming that the plat's correct, let's remove the 85-foot bulkhead.
Okay.
One of the piers.
keep the 100-foot, the pier,
She
Let's
said
see.
tiny, so I'm thinking it's gotta be that 8 by 16.
16, she said it's
Yeah.
tiny, didn't she?
It's not showing it on there, huh?
Let's see if we can find a picture.
This is a cute house.
That's cute. That's it?
Wait a minute. This must be it right here. That must be her, no. Hmm.
Darn, where's your pier?
It's gotta be this one right here. This has gotta be it.
Yeah.
Because there's a little indentation in the bulkhead.
Okay. Huh.
So the pier, they might be talking about two different sections of it, right? There's the straight ahead part, and then the,
Gee.
Oh, here you go.
Is that what,
Well, they normally put the pilings 8 feet, right? So that's
Mhm.
16 foot there, and probably 16, maybe 8 from there. So it's probably 24 feet. So it's probably the 8 by 25.
25, okay.
and then 8 by 16 is probably the end of the pier.
Yeah, I bet it is. Because that's, yeah, that's 16 foot and that's 8 foot, yep. So we just need to put on the pier, that's an L head
Yeah.
with 8 by 16.
But then take that one bulkhead off.
Take the 185-foot bulkhead off, yeah. But she said the pier was in falling down shape, didn't she?
That's what she said.
I don't. She said most of the boards were gone. Hmm.
It's an adorable little house.
It is a cute little house, yeah.
You kind of like the
Alright.
lot, I mean, I think
What
it
about the
doesn't have to
fact,
go all the way back to where she purchased it, but that's certainly a good. Sorry, so taking the factor down to 100 saves about 24,000.
okay,
you need to change the flooring.
Yep,
from wood to laminate?
yep.
So I don't think that.
Probably not much, but
I don't think it ripples through.
The only reason to take the factor below 100, the depreciation went up to 20 from 12. But went the right direction.
when were these, how old are these pictures, do you know?
I think these were just when,
She didn't have the market long.
the pictures were just done
22.
October of 2022.
Okay, so it's not likely.
Right before she bought it.
I was just wondering about as far as maybe putting a little bit more depreciation on the piers, but I wonder how much they've deteriorated since.
Well, they've got 2 different depreciation schedules now.
Yeah.
They should be at least the same. I mean, the pictures, they didn't look to be any different.
Nope.
I mean, that's not going to move the needle that much, but at least that ought to be.
looking at this, I don't see why the factor would be below 100.
Right.
I mean, don't see where the,
I mean, some of these boards, I mean, they do look a little rough, but don't y'all think that the depreciation should all be the same
I
thing?
mean, at least just put them both
Yeah.
at 30%.
30% for, yeah.
have we seen depreciation on other bulkhead? I guess you wouldn't see depreciation on riprap. And it makes sense to me. There's some brand new bulkhead that's got vinyl and then you got some bulkhead that needs to be replaced. So I could see where you wouldn't put depreciation on riprap,
That's a great point. Yeah.
She did say it was in rough shape.
And that is
It's
wooden
wood,
bulkhead.
Yep.
Yeah, you can see down here, it's cracked and lower too.
Yeah.
You want to make that the same as the pier? That makes sense?
30%?
30%?
yeah, let's
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
30% on everything.
Okay.
The sheds look to be in good shape
Yeah, they
from the
don't look
pictures.
I think the shed was new 2020.
Okay, yeah, that doesn't need depreciation.
Do we want to do anything more than physical depreciation, or just leave it at 20? Since it was raised from 12 to 20, 30-year-old
This
house.
one right here.
It kind of reminds me of the Pazio, we're trying to lower it because it was relatively recent, but it doesn't necessarily
Yeah.
have to go all the way down to where it was because it's a 2022 data point.
Right.
I think just taking the factor down, hopefully that gets her,
Okay.
I don't know if we look at anything on the land, it didn't change much, but we could just click a couple of neighboring properties and see,
Yeah.
make sure everybody's went up 5,000. Yeah, 85. That one's probably gonna be more, 100.
Let's see.
100.
$85, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, just curious, hit one on the inland side of the street.
Okay.
I'm just curious.
8,000, was that 5?
5,000?
12,000, 5,000.
Cool.
Boy, there's some differences.
Mm-hmm.
The percent difference, right, of the purchase price and the, it's a lot bigger than it was for the Pazio, right? Because it was like 10%, whereas this 365 to 439 is, it's like 75,000, that's more like a 20% difference from a recent purchase price. But by going to a flat sided, maybe we could boost the physical just a little bit, 1994. Can't think of any reason there'd be economic or functional depreciation. It's probably in the flood zone, but so is everything in
Moradico.
Mariatico.
Make it like 23.
I'd be okay, that seems.
23
yeah,
for
just to get a
physical.
little bit closer to her. Factor 100, physical depreciation 23. And then those changes to the improvements and floors.
Everybody good there?
Yep.
Okay. 518E, Crystal. On the interior, we need to change the floors from wood to laminate. Factor from 106 to 100. Physical depreciation from 20% to 23%. Under bulkhead, 85 linear feet, we need to delete that item altogether. Yeah, the bulkhead, 85 linear feet. Uh-huh. On the bulkhead, 100 feet, we need to give that a 30% depreciation. And on the pier that's 8 by 16, by pier, we need to put in quotations, L head. And we're taking that from 20% depreciation to 30%. Good job. A lot of changes. All right, that was Miss Barrick. So we've got a 145, should be here any minute. Oh, that's my, so I'm going to Bill. Mr. Stevens is next.
Okay.
Mr. Stevens? This is Mr. Thomas. Oh, Mr. Thomas, okay. If you want, you can have a seat right there, and then we're waiting on one more real quick. Let's see. Factor on this one went up big time. Economic depreciation. I don't see notes for it.
I know. I wonder why. Huh.
But there was an economic, no, there wasn't one before, was it?
There's some random economic depreciation.
Yeah.
numbers on.
I know.
Yeah, I just,
Yeah.
Where is Riverview Road?
across from, primary school, called Devil's Bottom,
Okay, yeah.
isn't it?
No. This is that same area that we were looking with the guy of the house next door to his brother, right? This is
Oh, yeah.
off of River.
Oh,
So-
Branson.
You go
Yeah.
near
Oh, Tigro, it's
down off
Riverview.
of 354.
Heritage Point area.
You
We were
would
looking
take,
at-
but
Take a
on the
right?
river-
you
on
go
the
to
river.
Whitechapel and take a right, and it's the next road on your left.
That's it, okay.
It was down there right beside.
Here's Whitechapel Road right here.
Oh, that's right.
So, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
as you get down there, you take a right, and then Teague is the first on the left,
It looks
Okay.
like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
down
yeah.
there
and you go on down
beside-
here. It's on the river.
It's gonna be the problem with those guys and their land value is that you're looking at that before and
And
almost
now it's far down
everything
in
right
Deep
there is
Creek.
260.
No.
It's gonna be the same thing, yeah,
No.
yep, yep.
That's right down the, river shore from Cecil Ranson that was in here.
Yep.
With the one that had the mud, half of it was marshland or whatever it is. But this,
That's all the Pittman land down there, right? Ed Pittman, isn't that where they?
that's the next one, no, that's down on, off of Bewdley.
That's what I was.
That's like 2 roads
Over,
up.
okay.
Well, you know what, Mr. Tomlin, since you're early, we're gonna take you early, if that's okay.
That's fine.
We don't wanna make you have to wait, so. Come on up to the podium.
Okay.
I'm gonna, pull your property up here on the screen, and, let's see. Okay. And we've got the tax card in front of us and the assessor's field sheet. So I'm gonna turn it over to you, and then when you're done, we might have some questions, and we'll go from there.
What I'm trying to figure out is, my property went over $100,000 in 4 years.
The improvement value. Yeah, land stayed the same, improvement value
Yeah,
went from 219.3 to 342.1.
right. What I figured, I still got the same thing I had 4 years ago. Nothing's changed.
You hadn't done anything to it, you hadn't,
No, I still got everything the same I had 4 years ago.
okay.
Nothing changed.
All right.
Let's go over, is 2160, does that sound right for your square footage?
Around 2,100, so 2,160,
Okay.
2,100.
3 bedrooms, 2 bath,
3 bedroom, 2 baths,
built in 2008,
right?
okay,
It's a modular home.
okay. Let's see. Metal garage, 24 by 25,
Yes.
okay. 24 by 12 shed,
Mm-hmm.
generator,
Right.
a concrete pad. How about the metal building in the garage, the frame shed? What do you say the condition of those are in?
They're old. One is, the big shed is 10 years old.
Is that the metal one or the other one?
The other one,
The other one, that's about 10 years old?
10 years old.
Okay,
And the other one is, let's see, 2008. Other one is about 14 years old. The shed, the metal building, that's about 4 years old.
okay. Yeah, we with some of these things, we scratch our head too, going, "Well, how did it increase that much?"
Yeah. that's what, you know.
That's a significant jump without doing anything to the property.
Right.
Maybe you put carpet, you got carpet, vinyl?
A vinyl floors.
No carpet,
No carpet.
propane heat?
Propane heat.
And this is another one. So the last general reassessment in 2019, they, at your 2160 square foot for the house, last time it was assessed at $74 a square foot.
Right.
This time was $142 a square
Right. That's what I don't understand.
foot.
you
Me
know.
neither.
It double or nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see it, the double size of your home or something.
Right, but nothing changed.
Double the price.
Yeah.
Let me see, paved, what is that? That well, septic.
Factor went down, physical depreciation went up. And the main reason why they went up is because of the housing market we've been in since COVID. Almost everybody's property value has gone up since then.
Yeah, I can understand that, going up since COVID, but
Yeah.
over $100,000 in 4 years?
Yeah.
Then you sell it then now, sell it.
No, I'm retired.
price.
No, I love it where I'm at.
Don't want to go anywhere.
I came here, I retired here, I said, that's it, I'm done.
Don't blame you.
I just kidding. You double for your money now.
But you get double for your money, that's fine.
Double for, I'm saying for the
Yeah,
house.
yeah, that's fine, but then you gotta go buy somewhere else,
That's
And
exactly
and
then-
that's where it's gonna hurt you.
Yep.
That's right.
That's right, that's right.
So you don't gain.
None whatsoever.
Does anybody on the board have any questions, for Mr. Tomlin? I think for us, Mr. Tomlin, after we're done, we've got one more appointment.
Okay,
We're going to go through and deliberate on each case-by-case
Right.
basis. And we have seen quite a few number of disparities, and like yours, just a large increase
right,
with nothing to support it.
right.
So we'll go through and make our decisions this afternoon. And then mailing address, 984 Western Branch Road.
That's
Still
correct.
good for you?
Yeah,
Okay. We'll go ahead and let you know in about 2 to 3 weeks' time. It takes
Okay.
some paperwork to get through, but appreciate you coming forward and
All right,
letting us
thank
know
you
about these
for your-
issues. And
thank you for my time.
all right, buddy.
sir.
Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
See you later.
All right.
I'm sorry, I've got one more question for you. You built the house?
No, it's a lot.
But I mean, like, you owned you bought the property and then had the house built? Who did the modular home? Do you know who the? Clayton, okay. Clayton, Richmond, Virginia. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice day, sir.
Y'all want to?
Okay,
Let's go ahead and do Mr. Tomlin while we got it.
okay.
I mean, it seems
Pretty straightforward.
with the no land value, it seems again just structural value. So
I mean, what is a 2,100 square foot Clayton home cost right now? Not
yeah,
about $300,000. That's why I wanted to check if it was.
God, I just did one.
Sure, it's a nice spot, but, you know, if it was the local guy, then I think that may be justified, but I think being a Clayton home, I mean, it's kind of being valued, now it's a modular, and they do modulars, but
Right.
I think that's potentially a reason. I could see where that, you know, your depreciation
I
on
think she need to come up here.
a Clayton home, Orion home, something like that, is gonna be a bit higher than
I'm
it would be on a stick-built.
This child thing.
And then the factor did come down from the last one, but I could also see, I don't know, sort of going to 100 on the factor is always a kind of an easy decision for me on an off-water property, especially.
I don't know why Clayton Home would be given a 100% factor though.
I don't either.
I mean, unless it's brand spanking new with granite and everything else, but this thing is 16 years old. I just have some heartburn with even 100% for a Clayton Home.
Yeah, I mean, you know, either hit it on the factory or the factor or the physical or both.
I think we do both.
You do 90 on the factor? I don't know, it's the lowest factor we've ever seen.
Well, you know, I mean, it's relatively new, right? 90 is towards the lowest, but I think we did find, for some reason, we do think we saw something 80 or something.
Okay.
So I don't know, I'd say maybe 95 on factor and physical to 12 or
15?
15, something like that.
Cool, yeah. Because you know they're not gonna have the quality that a stick is, so
No.
it's not gonna have that.
Resellability is
Yeah.
going to be tougher to get $142 a square foot for a Clayton Home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the only other, I guess it was rated GC before.
Yeah,
But I
was
think
looking at
really
that.
messing with the factor and the depreciation is the better approach anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so is everybody okay with that for this one? Taking the factor from 103 to 95 and then physical depreciation from 8 to 15?
Yes, sir.
And then we got to remove the carpet, right, Ms. Davis?
Yeah.
You said you didn't have any carpet, just vinyl, okay. All right. As soon as Crystal gets back, we'll go ahead and do that one. You want to go back and look at Simmons? George Simmons?
I thought we did him. Didn't we? We finished him up.
I think we finished him out, didn't we?
Yeah.
That's
Did
what
we?
I was thinking.
Yeah, I got him checked off.
Perfect.
Yeah, we did 100 and then 80% depreciation, yeah.
All right. You want to do these lots next, or do you want to go to the lane?
Let's do the lane real quick.
All right. So we're
Yeah.
going to Liebarger, the lane, 242 the lane.
Lord, what did I do with that one?
All right, so I think this one, the land was the same on each side.
What do you think? I mean, right, I've been in, I'm sure you've been in, you've been in the house, David? Jan, you've been in
I
it?
have,
I have not been in this one. Can't remember now.
it's a split four-year,
It definitely should have a functional depreciation, I feel like, for that split floor plan. It's pretty unusual. But, you know,
Yeah.
if you put it on the market for 300,000 in Irvington right now,
on the lane.
you know, most of his data was, you know, he hasn't had it listed since COVID.
Right.
But I do think,
That was this one, okay.
Yeah.
I have been in this one.
It's pretty, it's a 19, what is it? 68, yeah, I was going to say 70. She hadn't done a whole lot to it.
you know, it's maintained well.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Lisa and I looked at it when we bought our house in Kilmarnock. It was, I think, yeah, it was definitely on the market a couple of times. I guess the factor of 113 is because it's on the lane. The old factor was 110. Bump the physical depreciation up. I do think that the split level, it's almost like three different
The functional depreciation for that?
levels. Yeah.
What do you think? 15%? 20?
I think 20 is a little high.
Okay.
I don't know why. Just I think 20 is one of the higher functional ones. I mean, it's still, you know,
10, 12%?
We're going to do 15.
15?
12, 15, yeah.
All right, 15. And then factor, is it a 110 factor, you think?
I think just being on the lane
Yeah.
kinda makes some sense.
So go back to
take
110?
But yeah, taking it back to 110.
And physical,
They went way up. I
35.
mean, I would think you could certainly get 275 for it right now.
I would think
In
so.
Yeah.
this market. You
Yeah.
could probably get 3 high. Just I think it makes sense to put functional because it is in, down, up,
Yeah.
up.
okay.
Yeah.
It's a pretty wonky.
And again, the land seemed to be consistent with each side, so,
Yeah.
all right. Is everybody good on those two changes for Liebarger? All right, Crystal, for Liebarger, 33389C, factor from 113 to 100. And we're gonna add functional depreciation of 15%. We did, I'm coming back to that one right now, yep.
The Stevens have withdrawn their application.
Okay.
Been watching this online, seeing how mean you are. Don't mess with those guys.
Whoa, whoa.
Who?
I talked to both the daughter and the mom, so.
Okay.
It must be about the list.
All right, Crystal, on Tomlin, 2017A, we took the factor from 103 to 95, and physical depreciation from 8 to 15%. All right, so Library, we just got that one done. Tomlin, we finished that one.
So we can either do Waddy or Davenport or Harding, since those are all,
Um,
everybody's gonna be
let's
here.
save Davenport and Harding. Let's go through the other ones real quick.
You
Well,
wanna
not
do-
quickly, but just because we remember them.
You wanna do Waddy though? Oh, okay, or just hold off on
They're
all
the
this.
ones that
Okay.
we've,
Yep,
You want to do, let's go to the Baloo,
Baloo,
that's it.
like the Jungle Book.
that's right. I'm like, you didn't spell it
I'm
right.
gonna have to get Neil to start introducing the guests.
Our next
I'm not
contestant,
doing well. Yeah, come on down. Trying.
I appreciate you just putting yourself out there, David. I want to be like,
Well, it is what it is.
I'm trying to like get them to
I
say
should
it.
apologize before I pronounce, but, all right, this is Norwood Church Road.
oh, that's right.
This is-
I've never been in this house. Been by it, but I've never been in it. RJ, you've ever been in this house?
I haven't, I know where it's at, I've not been in it, no ma'am. It's a nice quiet area down there.
It is that.
Be really nice if it had all the land that was around it
Yeah.
with it, but,
They purchased 245 in 2021.
So this is where they were saying that neighborhood's not well kept.
That's right, they had a couple pictures of neighboring properties or.
And then the garages depreciation maybe on those.
735 Norwood Church was the property that they wanted us to compare it to.
You wanna check that one?
Their stuff only went up 24% versus the 56% that theirs went up.
$52,500 for land. So their total is $194,500. Improvements $142. These improvements are $164.
Do we need to see the tax card on that to get an idea if it's comparable or not?
Oh, let's look on Bamonet, just to see what the.
Oh, yeah, Bamonet. Yeah. That's another one where factor back to 100 is easy. There's no depreciation on any of the garages. It doesn't sound like those are in great shape.
And then that's the one too, where we gotta take the half baths off of there.
Yeah.
You said no half baths.
All right, so here's 735.
1893. Whew. 1526 square feet, so it's a lot smaller.
Two
Nope.
bedrooms, 1.5 bath. Ours is four
and
bedrooms,
three.
3 baths.
Right, so theirs probably only went up 24% because they've got almost 10 acres. So their acreage, their land is a much higher percentage of, so the home site's the same value, but they've got a lot more open land, and their house is smaller, so it's probably not too far off in terms of,
This house is, yeah, it's 500 square foot smaller.
and what's the total assessed on that?
194.5. But see, this is weird. Building value, 127.86.
Yeah.
Ours is 308.210.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Might be interesting to see what their physical depreciation is.
Yeah.
Physical, so the factor.
But this is also, they're both two-story homes, so We get the,
Can we get the tax card?
that's, tax map 5-36. That's fine. Yeah, because that should be close to the same, at least for the house part.
You would think, assuming
Yeah.
that they're correct and that the houses are roughly the same.
Yeah.
So what are y'all looking at, dropping the factor to 100?
I think that's always easy to do. To me, that doesn't make a whole big,
Think we should add some depreciation to all these outbuildings?
Yeah.
yeah.
From what he said.
They're, what,
But it's-
15 years old?
See this other house at Norwood Church? You know, it's pretty, I mean, on paper, kind of close to the same, but
Yeah.
the building, 127,
It's
ours is
quite a
308. It's like-
discrepancy.
So I'm only guessing that maybe this other one, they're pricing it less as a price per square foot, has to be.
Or the physical depreciation is a lot
Or that could be
Yeah.
higher.
crazy higher, yeah.
I don't know if it's worth pulling up 582 Norwood Church on MLS.
Which one?
The one, the property
This
that we're
subject
Oh, okay.
property.
looking at, so that's 582 Norwood Church.
Yep.
Yeah, physical on this one's 50.
50, 50?
Yeah.
Nothing, think we want to make sure we don't want to drop it down below what they,
All right, here's their property right here.
oh, I remember that. I've
Yeah.
seen this. Yeah,
I remember seeing pictures, but never been in it.
yeah. I showed it to somebody and there was a vague amount of interest and then it went under contract pretty quickly. And that might be the question, but gosh, I guess they didn't really, they said they haven't done a whole lot of work, right?
No, I don't think so.
They definitely didn't say anything about a big
They
remodel or
said they
anything.
didn't do any work, I don't think, since they bought it.
I don't think so.
It was in decent shape, I guess. I think the pictures are showing a little bit. I mean, it certainly shouldn't be less. Oh, there you go.
That looks a bit antiquated. With the
70s.
paneling.
Plywood board, yeah.
Oh, the pink sink, you gotta love it.
There you go. Do you think we should match the other house at 50%?
That makes sense. I don't think that the value should go below what they paid for it in 21. I
Okay.
think you can make the argument that in 21 things are a little bit frothy, but I don't think stuff has dropped. So if you do 100 on the factor,
$348.
Well, do you think the 50% physical depreciation would be sufficient to cover the outbuildings as well, instead of adding individual
I bet it-
depreciations to
I
those?
bet it will be.
Probably.
348, 854,
Plus.
and then a 20% depreciation would get us to. No, not 20% depreciation.
That takes it down to 234.5.
Ooh,
So that seems a little bit low.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
we don't know
Lower
that
than
other
what they
building
paid for
is.
it.
Well,
Right.
you're gonna make it 40 or 42,
what if-
40,
Let's try 40.
40?
I think at 269,
Yeah, 392.
292.
Yep.
I'm good with that.
Yep.
Okay, so
What
everybody
was
okay
that
with
at?
doing
That was 40%?
at 40%, yeah?
Alright.
You okay with that?
Yes, sir.
It's okay.
Okay. All right, Crystal, for 5-39, factor from 103 to 100.
Okay.
Physical depreciation from 35 to 40%. And there needs to be a correction on the number of half baths from 2 to 0.
That should make somewhat of a difference in the plumbing,
Yeah.
so it'll be a little bit less than that, actually.
So they say they had two half baths on there, and they don't have it.
Correct. All right, Dr. Wineland.
Has anybody been to this house?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't know where it is, but
It's a nice piece of land.
it looks like it would be.
I know, I've been in there by boat, can't think of exactly.
I don't know why, we never go up in Taylor's Creek.
I have a friend who lives there. They go out on their boat or occasional bring ours up there.
That's nice. That's doing a lot.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right.
At the end of Peak Road.
So again, note 20,000 increase on land, so it was all about the improvement value here too. Factor stayed the same, physical went up 5. This one they gave it economical depreciation on.
They've been doing that for Taylor's Creek. Almost all the ones that we've looked at has a 6% economic depreciation. I don't know if somebody managed to convince them that because of the public thing, or, remember we were talking about it, and I said something about maybe the water depth and can be a little
The
bit.
kayak
usually it's-
launch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe somebody convinced them to put 6% on everything
I
already.
bet you're right. That's,
So we were looking at something, maybe, yeah.
that would make sense. All right, house is 34 years old.
From 78 to 171.
2.5 stories is always a little tough. I don't see a whole lot of those. I kind of feel like it's hard to know what to make of the septic information.
I know, yeah.
That was a question, is it a 3-bedroom septic or a 4-bedroom septic? I don't know how much of a difference that really makes.
Can you pull it up on Vaminet just so we can
Yep.
look at the, see what it looks like?
Did he have a letter?
I don't,
He did not.
I think he had a D in there by accident, David. Oh, there it is, but anyway.
I can barely see. Hey, God. Look at these damn things on, I can't even see this thing. Whew.
You gotta get some of your glasses.
I need to get someone with more strength, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey,
I give you mine, but then I can't see.
oh, Lordy.
the lesser of two evils.
I think you need to go to another part. 54B is the one we're looking for.
Okay.
22.
Where'd this one go? You were just
You're
there.
having a time.
Oh,
Jeez. It's not even cocktail hour yet.
Sure it is.
Always. All right. The second one down, David. Here we go.
Huh. It looks pretty from the outside.
It sure
It's a
does.
little different.
2011, good gosh.
They must have added on to this.
These darn assessors, they need to start taking some pictures.
AC units out of that.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's painted it since then.
He added all this stuff on, look like to me.
Okay.
Let me see.
He said I remember him saying that, I made a note, of the cedar wood splitting.
Yep.
There's a lot of deferred maintenance, I guess, but,
I'll put up some shingles. Cause it seemed like the house was added on a couple of times. So, of course, the first one's something did. When was this house? It was built 1990. Part of it, I think.
You think that, I mean, it's only 25,000, but do you think the increase in that home site value is justified with the market being what it is? From 19 to 24?
All of a sudden this year, but I don't know in 2023 if you would have, obviously you kind of made a decision. Yeah. It'd be definitely worth seeing what the other points of land. That is a pretty home site.
436. Well,
so
it's
430,
probably close then.
436.5. $441.9. Yeah, so it
He's probably right.
seems in line with
Yeah.
the land.
Oh, that's,
How's the water there?
It's decent, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. But again, this is another one that went up from $78 a square foot to $171.
Right.
So, I mean, do we want to take the factor down? Or do we want to increase physical depreciation because of all the,
a 4,000 square foot house sitting out on a point, I guess it would just depend on really how dated it is and how much deferred maintenance it is.
I mean, 120 to me the house should be impeccable. I mean, you're 20% better than 100%.
Yeah.
But I could also see raising the factor higher because it's a 34-year-old house.
Raising the physical
I
depreciation.
mean, physical depreciation, yes, I'm sorry, yep.
I guess. It's definitely worth $1 million. I think even if it's,
Did I hear him right? Did he say he would like a depreciation of 10%?
10 to 12% is
what he said is what he thought that the
That's what he
value
thought.
should have gone up,
Oh.
10 or 12%.
From the previous?
Mhm.
Okay.
Which that would be a pretty low, I don't think that would be
It's 34
equalized.
years
I mean,
old.
honestly, 32% change isn't. I think from his tax standpoint, his taxes shouldn't change much relatively. Of course, that's how we're supposed to be thinking of. But it's not like he's one of these that went up 50, 60, 70%. So
Right.
he's kind of, I mean, his percent change is pretty much in line with the percent
yeah.
change for the entire county.
Sure.
Well, 15% change would be at $1,054,000.
Are there any comps to think about that have sold?
And a 10% would be at $1,008,590.
I definitely think it's property value. I guess the question could be, was it overvalued in 2019? The percent change shouldn't really. It's a very nice piece of land, very nice. I was just looking at it on Google Maps. I mean, it's a
Wow.
pretty looking home site. Now you're looking back up the creek sort of instead of out towards
I'm
the
just seeing if there's
Cortona.
any,
That's a nice.
Yeah.
This house was
You-
inspected August 2018.
this one says $1,348,000, that's on a point right there. 932.8. That's Kelly Mike. 932.8. 580.
That's back to our guy.
Let's see, if we did 961,174 times.
This one's just a hard one because the factor stayed the same. So one of our usual kind of easy levers isn't there. Then the physical depreciation went up a decent amount. So from that standpoint, those two numbers have,
Well, just dropping, if you were to take the factor from 120 to 110, and I did this right, if you work all the way through it, it puts you at 1.145. Now, that's arbitrary, but I'm just throwing that out there.
and we'd be doing that based on what he said about the septic and the deferred maintenance.
Yeah,
And
most all the
maintenance of it.
cedar wood is split, and there's a lot of,
I'd be good with that. I don't see a reason to do a whole lot more than that. I think that'd be a pretty desirable property, but I don't know what to make of the septic information. Another one of these where, you could probably depreciate, some of the other improvements. I'd imagine most of those.
well, what if we went from factor of 120 to 110 and physical from 25 to 30? For a 34-year-old house. Somebody have a partner with that?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Crystal, 2754B, factor from 120 to 110, and physical depreciation from 25 to 30%.
A is average, right, on condition? Okay.
Let's do Ms. Doling next, because Morgan's have 4 properties we've got to consider an asset too.
Pull this other two tax cards.
Okay. All right, Ms. Doling was Toll's Point. 3148C.
Might be too old. Right, that's over 5 years, right?
Yeah.
The big, first thing, right, the land, I feel like we were able to do a little bit on the land for those, some of those people on White House Creek on a point.
Just the
Maybe-
flooding issues and everything.
Maybe we were able to get it down to, I feel like we were able to get it down to 260 or something,
Yeah.
or is that, we may even have to ask Crystal, because there's. right
What we
there-
did on Hazard Lane?
Yeah, there was the one where they had the guest house and the house, and
Yeah.
that one, we looked at a bunch of stuff and we changed
That was, I think that was
something
Hazard Lane.
there, and then there's the one just a little bit further up the creek on the other side that we also changed, that we were
Yep.
looking at. So we might need to know,
Mr. McLean, I can say, he's on that. I think he's the one who actually sent her here.
I remember, because I remember there was some stuff that was like 220 and some stuff that was 260, and there was a question of really the, oh yeah, that was a,
Oh, yeah, she said I sold it. No, both sold it.
did you have the listing?
We did.
Okay.
I can want to see what else.
Can you pull up the GIS real quick, David? Oh, that's pretty cool. Right, if you go further up the creek, 3150A we looked at. And the question is, do we change that? And then over there, right, 3134 and 3135, that's where the people had,
Right here.
oh no, is it those two? Or maybe it was,
If you tell me their names, I can't see it.
Hang on one second, Crystal.
I know Mr. McLean was on that
These two right here,
I think so, right? That was the one where the guest house was on 34.
Miser,
plane. M-E-I-S-E-R?
yes.
Okay, I remember that name, okay.
Both of those were Misers. And this one was,
That was
yeah,
McLean.
McLean and them. Did we change this one?
No, I don't think so.
I think that was one of the ones that we were looking at to change the other one.
That was the one that sold, the Stoddards, yeah, that was the Stoddards house.
That's right.
And then maybe we looked at a couple of the ones across the creek. $273, so that seems like a 260.
290 there. That was the Miser property, yeah.
I forget on Miser, we may have not changed Miser because they were closer to the,
Entrance had better views, I think, wasn't it?
but I feel like we did something. I think those are the two that we've changed right there. What was the land value on that one a little further back, where like the total value was 270? The 3138A?
Right here?
Yeah.
I don't do that. $273.5.
No idea, but to me, that sticks out to me as that was a 260 with the residual, and then we changed something else to 260.
Mm-hmm.
Still a big jump to go from 120 to,
300?
300. But 260 at least helps a little bit.
It's not even an acre. It's not
Can't even
an
figure out
acre
where her,
either. It's crazy.
They don't care sometimes, they just go by location. Have a postage stamp.
$762 seems a little a little steep for that one, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I
Oh, yeah.
agree.
Factor stayed the same. Physical depreciation went up.
It's from 6 to 20. That's just another one where the daggone square footage price, $96 to 177. But I'm with you. I think the land, based on these other ones, we need to probably adjust that land value down.
Substantially.
Okay, so
Huh?
Substantially.
Yeah.
McLean, the land value is 2.294 acres, but the total land value is 279.4. Y'all didn't change that.
What was the home site value?
It doesn't show me on this.
Okay, we can pull up on Baymanet. But-
It was 279 before, and y'all kept it at 279.4.
Who was that?
My-
McLean, that's 3150A.
MCCLEAN. $260. Neil?
Yeah, the 260 jumped out.
Yeah.
Now, on Miser, y'all changed that home site value to 260.
Okay.
Yeah, but wasn't that more than an acre as well? You're only looking at 8/10 of an acre here.
Yeah, on Miser was 4.04 acres, but y'all decreased that from 346.2 to 281.2.
So we changed the home site value,
Home site to 260.
Right.
and then the,
And then on Miser had two
I-
parcels,
if-
the other parcel must have been
I might be nitpicking, but I mean, typically you see a home site value as an acre. You only got a total value, I mean, a total land value here at 0.8 acres. Is that worth nitpicking? Make it 240 instead of 260?
We could?
Because you don't have an acre.
I mean, it's just a, I don't know, it might be
I'll
an
tell you,
arbitrary point, but
I'll tell
I,
you that probably 30% of that land is all marsh anyway. It's really not, I mean, besides the home site, you got septic, that's it. You can't go anywhere else in
That's-
that lot.
this is the one,
Is that the one that they were losing some of the land?
This is one where she had the pictures in
She
here
was underwater.
of her husband walking out the
oh,
front.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She gave us a lot of,
Well, and that's legit, that road is terrible.
Yeah.
We have to navigate the tide to get in and out with the equipment and stuff, because it floods
You better not leave it at
twice a
high
day,
tide.
once a day, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You go one
that whole
day-
home site thing and less than an acre is a quirk that's always been with the whole assessment thing.
yeah.
That if it's, the first acre is the home site, and then the home sites kind of always get assigned the same value in a
Right.
general area. It does seem like there probably should be, that if like a 5 acre parcel, having, 10,000 per acre is a little bit light to add to the home site, and but that's how pretty much all the property valued at under an acre is. But, with David's knowledge, to be able to say, hey, this home site is potentially worth less than, I guess that ends up being the question, do we have enough to say that home site is worth less than McLean or?
I mean, I just can't help but get over the fact that.
From those pictures, it seems like it's
the
lower,
entire-
It
than
is.
certainly
Oh, yeah.
lower than Miser was.
It is.
Yeah, with the
So-
entire parcel only being 8/10 of an acre. And you're valuing every other home site. No, I guess wait a minute.
No, no,
Well, I just saw something else that, let me look at something else before I open my mouth again.
Well, if you look at the tax card, they got fronts on 626, generator, and flood zone. So
did the other one say flood zone?
I don't know that they did, but couldn't we give an economic depreciation? Because it's something out of their control that does affect the value of that property?
Absolutely. I would, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, she
And I definitely think
bought
from
us
a-
proof right there that it's
Yeah. And I think from a fair market value, 762,
crazy.
I think, listing that for $750,000 would be.
So the entire property don't equal to 1 acre.
Right.
And I think
That what you're
it being
saying?
further
Yeah,
up the
and I
creek,
just-
potentially
So
you could
then-
I
make
can't,
Then
the
you wanna
case
do
to
a
do a
fraction
lower
of what we
home
give
site
people for
value.
an acre?
I agree.
compared to.
Why not?
right.
What if we,
Well,
Do a fraction of.
what if we took it from 300 to 220 for the home site and then gave economic depreciation of what for the flooding? What do y'all think?
I don't know.
was there another one we
10.
had that we did the same thing? The guy was down,
I know we had that one guy with the field washing across his property.
and it had kind of made an island in front
Yeah.
of his house.
So we gave, I don't remember what number we,
You mean right
Yeah.
at the end
Yeah,
of
that
the
sounds
property
right.
that was,
Yeah, it was cutting him off from,
yeah.
I can't remember names.
we really haven't had one that's been proof it's been
Straight up
flooding.
flooded.
but what
Yeah,
about
a
the
lot.
girls down in Akron though? Remember how
Yep,
that road was so flooded down there?
and we gave them, yes.
What were their names?
I don't remember. I can't remember 5 minutes ago.
Let's see, George. Please be right. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Put in the parcel number.
There you go. You can't see, but you got your memories good.
I'll take anything I can get at this point.
Just for giggles, if you take that $300,000 home site value and just do 80% of it, because you're only at 8/10 of an acre, that's $240,000.
Yeah.
Is that, I mean, am I just making something up that's ridiculous? Y'all can tell
No,
me that.
no, well then, if
I just-
they
I
have
don't
no
know why
other
that
land,
bothers
that's
me.
the only piece of land they have?
Right, and there is no residual to
Okay,
work
so,
with.
I see.
But I don't want to,
No, you
I don't
won't.
wanna be making
We're not
something
gonna put
up.
your name on there. We go, they'll
No.
just thank the whole committee.
I
Here it
completely.
is, Glave Spicer.
That is crazy. They doubled, more than doubled land
Oh.
value on this one. That just isn't,
I think so. I think McLean and a couple of the other ones are pretty similar.
yeah,
where are they?
I don't remember. Wow.
Well, I'm gonna agree with
McLean's them
whatever
have better
percentage
views.
of
This
acres
is
they
tucked
have.
up.
That's the
I mean, you got,
percentage.
Price for y'all in change land.
Do we do economic depreciation or?
You did a 15%.
Yeah, this here
But
was
that was for the
15.
flooded, right?
Yeah.
So what,
is that okay with everybody?
same for these?
Yeah, whatever,
Were we?
And what are we doing with the home site?
220?
220? Is
Yep.
everybody okay with that?
Sure.
Okay. All right, Crystal, 3148C. Instead of the home site being 300,000, we're giving that 220,000. And we are adding economic depreciation of 15%. All right.
Number two, that they forgot
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you.
You finished with that?
Yes, ma'am, that one is, Ms. Doling's done.
Oh, okay.
So now, while we got Morgan's in front of
Everybody
us,
gets two.
everybody gets two,
Yep.
both top.
Who you got now next?
Morgan?
Morgan's,
Is that, are
You
we
this
doing
one.
Morgan now? Okay. Yes,
Thank
that's
you,
our
ma'am.
last.
Morgan. Look all over.
Right.
Oh. Okay. Let's finish with this here. Okay, Morgan. This is 1/1/20. This is the same date as this. Oh, okay. Let's see what we're doing. We got 2 pieces of flowers.
all right, Morgan, we'll
do you
do
start?
one B first,
1B.
All right.
14 A dash 4 dash 1B. This is the house they live in.
We're doing Morgan. We're doing 1B. Yeah, the other ones Crystal gave you.
I'm not missing a note for the economic depreciation on this, right? No explanation. Did I miss that in his presentation?
Chris? Do I have 2 of the same?
Well, these are two of the tax cards they want us to
Oh,
look at.
okay. So they're different.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, love. So we doing 1B now.
We're doing 1B right
Yes,
now,
ma'am.
yep.
Never mind. I see my note.
Oh, you do?
Wood rot and termites.
Yes.
Seems like that should be more functional, but
For the wood rot and termite? Yeah.
I think we did 1 now.
or you just up the physical depreciation.
And there's no depreciation given for the garage. Those things are rough
Yeah.
shape, aren't they?
Yeah,
They should be given 50, 60% at least.
probably at least 60%.
All right, let's go 60 on the garage and the garage extension. Factor, we'll take back to 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
And physical depreciation. Hmm. 90, it says 112 before.
Do you just jump economic to 10, or?
And there was no, they gave economic because of wood rot and termites.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense to me, because that's, to me, would be more physical.
Yeah,
Just how to make physical depreciation 60, just keep the economic there to, or take the economic off and go to 65 or 70.
let's see. 362, 06.
So you're going back to 100, right? On the factor.
Let me see something. they have this garage and attic and four.
Gotten so terrible at my house about asking Alexa to do any math for me. Alexa, what would the total value on that number be if we change the factor to 100 and figure depreciation to 65?
We just need to bring her here and let her do all the calculating for us.
This is since
This makes me think the next round of this might be done by AI.
Yeah. Yeah, I was listening to a blog the other day, and a realtor or an appraiser was saying, you know, certain folks are using narratives from AI to put in their reports, and they're like, yeah, but what about if you have to go before the board? If there's a problem with your report, what are you supposed to say? Oh, yeah, AI just wrote that for me.
AI did it.
All right, I ran it at factor of 100, physical depreciation at 65, and just took off economic depreciation.
Okay.
That put us at 140, say 149.
Cool.
That sounds good.
And I think with that, we just leave the garages without doing the depreciation, because we're adding that more in the whole over piece.
Yep.
You okay with that?
That's, yes, sir.
So it's not gonna
Okay.
make a hill of beans difference.
14A, 1B, factor from 103 to 100. Increase physical depreciation from 55 to 65%. Remove economic depreciation. And that's it. For that one. What we got next? 43?
14, 8 or 16, I think.
Okay.
You on 43?
43, we'll do that next.
We could very easily go back to 90 on the factor and back to 43% on the depreciation. Not sure why that decreased.
This is what you wanna do?
90 and 40.
Three.
We
Yeah.
just put it back where it was.
Oh, okay. This is the one with the sheds. We can't do anything until.
That's what I didn't understand. I get what the point he was trying to make, but
We can't do
I-
that.
The way the county views that,
Yeah,
it's on the property, it's taxable, right?
yeah,
So,
What, he talking about this stuff belongs to his daughter?
yeah.
Right.
yeah, but that's not for us to,
No,
that's irrelevant to us.
That's his
Right.
problem.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Once they get removed, you ought to be able to go to the county, and it is interesting though, because and those are personal property, because you can move them just like.
Yeah,
a
because
mo- just
technically, I
like a
think
mobile home.
they're on skids, most of them, right? Like,
Yeah.
I know the Jewel buildings were on skids.
So if I had like
Oh, I
a
thought
mobile
you were
home.
saying that they were,
No, well,
Put
that type
on.
of building.
But-
no, I
Yeah,
thought
no.
Can't be
the daughter
perfect.
was,
Oh, no, no.
you know, they do run off. Okay. So what we changing here on 14A43? Oh, dear.
Ella's ready to go.
So if if we took the factor both back to what they were, that puts it at a total of 109,541.
Where was
And
it?
then you told him to go to the, you told him to go to the clerk's office and go to the, and tell them about the two sheds or what? What did you tell them? Yeah.
I mean, because if the assessor is taxing them in real estate, then that's, if they move it, they gotta tell them that real estate's gone.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Ooh, I remembered that. Now, can you see? It's coming back to us. Okay, go ahead. No food, no fun.
Do y'all think 43 is enough for physical?
I'd,
mean-
I'd say bump it up some, it's a
I mean,
80-some-year-old
is-
house.
Yeah. And this is the old card, right? So it should have more physical depreciation than it did 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You take it to 50?
50?
This guy said, why would it say add on porch on this sheet, on the old sheet? So is that added on here?
Add or,
I
Yes, they got a back porch on here, 60 square foot, $25.
Oh, okay.
Everybody get on those two changes?
Yes, sir.
yep.
All right, 14A, 443, factor from 98 to 90. And physical depreciation from 35 to 50. What we got next? We'll do 27D, 1627D.
Two rooms.
What is this the,
Huh?
what is this place?
And maybe this is where their daughter live?
No,
This say commercial. Opposite, commercial. Front on Route 3, storage. Red storage, red mechanical ink. So that's in Lively.
A barber shop was located there, they said.
that,
Isn't that two-story?
it's right up here by the post office, right? Or,
And Red Law was in Lively, behind,
Yeah.
next to the emergency.
the old firehouse,
Yeah,
where he had his, didn't he have RTS tackle in there or something at one point? And the building behind it, right? But is he talking about that building or the one out front?
One out front.
Because the building out front, they just put a new roof on that
Where is it
within
located?
this past year, right down here by the post office. Right before you get to the post office.
oh, yeah.
It's right out in front of the grain tanks and stuff that we have.
There's Mary Point Road right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah, the barber shop, yeah, right. So, is this the barber shop? You don't know?
That's what I'm not
Do
sure.
we need the old data sheet to see what, I mean, obviously the building value changed, so I don't know if there's, well, I don't know, do we, does the, I'm just curious, is it, because, right, I mean, the only thing that could have happened, maybe he kept the depreciation the same, but then the rates
Said
for the square
age,
footage.
Yeah, I think we need the 19 card and the field data sheet. Probably for
Do we
that
need
one.
that for ADB while we're looking at it?
Yeah, yep.
That only went up 22%. I guess if you're gonna be pulling it, might as well pull it.
RJ, have you ever been in this building? One?
Well, it depends on which one it is. If it's the one out front, I've been in both of them, but it's been a long time.
Oh, okay.
The one out front, they don't use anymore, but for some reason, they just completely re-roofed within the last year. And then the one in the back that was the barber shop, it's been a while since I've been in that, but it was just recently being used as a barber shop, so I'm sure it's in fair condition.
Yeah. What was it used for before? Was it there?
He had a tackle, like a fishing tackle shop for several years. And then there's been like a tree removal business was there for a little while, and then the girl that had the barber shop.
Have a little front porch on it?
Yeah, that's the covered porch.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But the building out front used to be like
Other guy used to run it too, didn't it? A family, he does insurance now, and that, live in that brick house down the road, oh, I can't think of his name.
was it Michael Callis?
Yeah, Michael Calvin.
Yeah, I think he might have been at one point.
Yeah, he did, because my brother used to work up there when he was going to school.
I just don't know which one of them.
And Morgan, and John Dickens.
All right, here's a picture of it.
All right, well, that's the barber shop. So
2011. Seems like that would have been an easy one to get an updated picture of.
yeah.
He even took the side, I mean, no windows. Oh, okay. I didn't see that little house there. What is that? The toilet?
It's got a building around back. Swear.
That's the back of,
No, that's
So
what
this
you
is
see from the
400%
road.
increase.
yeah, but that little shed, I guess,
So the land stayed the same. The improvements went from 12,000 to 59,500. So the question is why it changed 150%?
Could have been that was valued too low back in 2019.
Interesting, they don't put a factor. I guess maybe they don't do that on commercial?
I don't think so.
No?
I think that they've all been that way, where the building doesn't have they have this other, yeah, I don't know.
but that wasn't there all the time, was it?
Well, they, see up top, they have fact, it says
It's
factor.
been there a while.
Appreciation
But it says
50.
Age
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
But you know how like on the,
Oh, yeah, like the
Yeah.
actual number.
Yeah, that's the first time we've seen that too, isn't it? Old for the age.
yeah,
Condition, I guess F is fair and class D.
yeah.
That's pretty good. Old.
Pretty neat. Yeah. They got, where you went back to West Virginia? Oh, God. But,
So with this one, looks like we're gonna have to just depreciate it. I mean, he says he's done nothing to the building.
I believe that.
Huh?
I believe
I
that.
would believe it too.
but for this, but then
For
it says
any
storage red law mechanical ink.
Yeah, that must be from the
That's
old
old
part.
mill.
They
Tax
haven't
law.
been there for a while.
A long
They're in the old firehouse now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they over there.
Yeah.
2 rooms. They don't have no water in there. How can you be a barber shop and no water? No electric. Something ain't right. No gas. Walls unfinished, hardwood floors. I don't know. Maybe they should go in and send that. Oh,
And they just gave it a flat $100 a square foot.
send Marlo in there, tell her to go check it out. She can send her husband or boyfriend or whatever. Who are these people? Willen Morgan? You know them?
Yeah, that's who was in here, and you asked the gentleman to go back to the podium because you couldn't hear him.
Yes, so I didn't want to,
Yeah.
we didn't want to catch that cough. Oh, they own that
I'm
too?
gonna have to drink something stronger tonight to make sure I don't catch a cough. Tell my wife it's not my fault, it's Board of Equalization meeting
Hey,
today.
you got me convinced.
Right, got me saved.
Just gargle real good, that's all, to clean your nose out, so
Yeah, I
clean
ain't-
your filter out. Oh, God.
That's fine.
Let's see, the 19 and the field sheet for the one y'all were talking about,
Okay.
and then field sheet and.
He owns it too, that man.
Perfect.
So he did it just a completely different way.
What you got?
Along with that, while we finish
Give me
this one.
that one. Which one, we're doing 27D first?
So he just had the 1176 square feet times some really low number. Right, that times like $12 or $10, and then he had all of these additions down here and didn't have any value on those.
He only gave us 781 a square foot, that's where it came from.
Wait a minute,
He just
he's
copied
got
stuff. He
different
ain't
square
gonna raise
footage.
it. Throw his ass in the car.
Sure does.
Is it, does, yeah, I can't even tell what's what.
What the heck? 27D, 27D.
I wonder if they gonna hire him again.
Because there's two buildings on the property?
The building where they used to do.
Yes, it's a structure behind that they kept random stuff in, equipment.
60,
Yeah.
60, 192.
And then to the right is that
This
big,
is
big building they used to do feed, right, and stuff.
Right.
This only has one, well, according to this tax parcel, only one on it.
One more building?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well, it could,
They
Yeah,
didn't tear
these
that
numbers, and
building
it's
down.
bigger than 1176. So I don't know what
Well, hold on,
these are.
27,
one,
27E's behind it.
that's probably where that second building that
I
I'm
bet it
talking
is.
about is. I'm sorry, that's my mistake.
What do you
Okay.
mean, something?
So we're just looking at this
The
one
building behind,
This is one we're discussing right now, and this is the other one behind it probably. But
1036 minus 1176.
Then it should be three buildings then. I don't know. I'll have to
Okay,
look.
so it's only the 960 and the 216.
So somehow they took off 360 square feet.
What'd they do with it? Throw it in the woods?
360 square feet is, so the D
That's
is the
C.
dock. What is C?
Whatever C was.
The what?
Is that just like a deck?
C.
I don't know what that
Because
is.
the
You
1176 is just the 960 plus the 212.
I think
Yep.
the deck used to be when they used to back up and load up supplies.
I don't know.
Did they move that? I don't
I
really
mean, that
know.
kind of seems like maybe the old tax card was maybe a little bit in its value. I'm sure that building was worth more than $12,000.
Sure.
he drew a lean-to on here. And that's a lean-to off the back of it, isn't it?
You've been in the back of it?
Then, don't they, no, they don't have that thing out there either, like the.
Isn't that right there?
yeah,
So there's a little lean-to off the back of it.
yeah. And you can see the side of that
Yeah, but,
second
and this
structure.
thing here too, what's that thing there where they dry,
Right here, granary?
yeah,
Yeah, but they're on the next parcel.
well, that belongs to Giza? No, you can't see it
Those
that far.
tanks actually belong to my uncle, but I'm not sure about the land they sat on.
Right, that building with the vinyl siding and
Where's B?
that's
Where's B?
worth more than $12,000.
316?
This side.
No.
Well, I know the other one, that
He
one on that
underlined
corner.
this. You can go to this,
Craig.
make it a lean-to.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's the 360 square
But
feet.
Daddy
Oh,
used to
three,
do-
okay.
Yep,
So that's the lean-to.
yep.
$30 a square foot.
Well, whose land is that?
So the,
I know the land where them two houses are, belong to the Whites.
square footage went down and
They
the
all
assessment
rolled
went
up.
up.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Well,
On
this
the old
building
one
here
though,
seems pretty
I mean, do you
new.
think this building is worth $12,000? I don't know how bad
don't
the
know.
shape it is. I mean, that seems kind of low, so,
It does seem kind
But
of
this
low.
was
He's got
2011.
this
Got
other
a
one.
heat pump.
yeah, it looks like it's got a heat. Now it's from 2011, so maybe it's gone downhill since then. So he's got, yeah, the other one didn't have any value for the dock, I guess?
It was like a,
Is that a dock or is it
Looks
just a
like a
front porch?
porch to me.
it's
Wait,
where
right
they
here?
come out, take stuff outside
Oh,
and
click
to
on the
load a
front.
On the
truck
front
with.
over here?
A, B, C.
That was a porch. I guess
No,
maybe.
I think what that was originally was a loading dock.
Loading dock.
Yeah,
And then they converted it into the rampway and the steps and all of this, but
so where you go into the barber shop then?
yeah, that cement slab across the front initially was a loading dock for,
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever it was.
so they cut out in there?
The lady did, I'm not sure if she's still there. She may have moved, but she was there for a year or so, I think,
In that part?
in the main part of the building.
Okay.
12,000 seems pretty low. that.
Oh, no. Used to be a sign up there, I don't know. I thought it was like on.
I think if you were trying to sell that little building on the side of the road, did you get 50,000 for it?
Is this the one that had the new
65?
roof?
No.
No.
The one out front had the
Okay.
new roof put on.
Okay.
Okay, that's not the one out front?
No, sorry. This one kind of sets back a little.
Do you think it has any value?
You want to table it till next week?
The only reason to table it
I
would
mean,
be
it's
to talk to them,
Yeah.
get
you.
more information on it.
I mean, it's bound to be some value
Check
there.
with the boss and see.
Do you think depreciation should be more like 75%
We could go on and on.
on the building if you're valuing it at $100 a square foot?
There's no way it's $100 a square foot.
Probably at least 75%.
$85%?
I don't know.
I mean,
80%?
Tell them to take a ride down there. Oh, gosh.
There's a building in front of this.
You'll
So is this where
figure
the
it out,
barber
we
shop
can-
was, or the barber shop was in front?
no, that was a
This is the only
barber
building we're
shop.
doing right now.
Yeah, that was a barber shop.
There's another building behind this on another lot they've got.
Okay. But can you see it from the road when you go?
Uh-huh.
by?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's not a building between this and the road?
No.
Right.
No.
And there you got a little 1176 square foot commercial property, right on Route 3 right there. Or just depend on how terrible the building is.
I mean, it comes to a point where you're almost better off bulldozing it than you are trying to renovate.
Well, it's been several different tenants. And I would say with his health, he probably hasn't done anything himself. And I don't see them putting but so much into a building that they're renting. That building was rough shape 20 years ago, so.
Because Michael and
What
his
is-
family owned it.
Want to do 80%, 75%?
Yeah, either one.
Why they got all
80's
these
fine.
buildings and people?
80%?
I guess I just feel like it should be maybe worth more than, because I think it'll definitely be worth more than.
Everybody good on 80%
80,
depreciation
yeah.
across the board?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
And are we going off the 1176?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think what you're doing, David, is you're coming down, yeah, I think that's, because you've got the 1176 is a 960 and the 212. And then you've got $30 a square foot for the
Lean-to.
dock and for the
Yeah.
lean-to.
But we're
So I
just-
think we'll make all the depreciation the
80.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Crystal, 1627D, we're gonna make all the depreciation from 50% to 80%. Yes. And then we got 2180B as in boy. 2180B.
Stuff would maybe be. Okay.
And what is that? I wonder.
Beers.
Down the end of Mary Point.
Yeah,
That only went up 22%. I can't see how that would be. Price per square foot doubled. The factor went from 90 to 105. We could go, just change the
Okay,
factor
sir.
back to 90.
All right, so in the email, the land went up $10,000 more than the previous year.
Right.
Next big thing, is the house is built on pillars, not on a permanent foundation. And the lower skirting is wrapped in asbestos, which we know will cost, high cost to remove asbestos. The house does not have soffit work. So I guess they're maybe looking at both land and home.
Land, right, it's just, what is 2180C, 2243I?
Say what, Neil?
So the land is just equalization, right?
Yes.
Is anything else still at 150?
Yeah, you can see, he wants to look at 43I. See what that is?
Where's I?
On the
Right
opposite
here.
Right
side of
across
the
the
road.
street.
3 rooms,
Right
Oh,
there.
right here.
Yep.
1 bath.
Woo, 211.
Hmm.
No, that's 1.9 acres too, twice the amount of acreage.
$160.
A
That's a teeny little lot they own.
That's gotta be some sort of partial underwater or something.
Yeah.
That probably looks like 160 and then 10,000 in residual to get to the 9.
It doesn't seem like the land is out of whack with everybody else.
No.
It doesn't.
So, all right, well, let's look at the house.
Oh, okay.
What was, factor and physical on the previous?
90 and 30,
Physical went down.
yeah.
Okay.
But the physical went up,
Fi-
right?
yeah, physical
30 to
did
35,
actually, yeah,
but the
went up.
factor went way up. Taking the factor back down to 90
Okay.
is something we can do, and then I would leave it at that, I think.
So take the factor back down to 90 and leave, everything else?
Have you seen this one, RJ?
I have not, I know where it's at, and I should, but I have not been there in so long, I really shouldn't speak on it.
I think it's been pretty darn close, I don't think.
Must be past Earl's house, right? You know Earl Thomas?
I feel like that name, I've heard that name
Yeah.
before, I can't put a face to it.
He worked at Tri-Star for years.
Okay.
2252.
I wonder if that other guy was his brother. That was here. Dave.
Here's a picture of it.
It's a cute little house.
Oh,
See where the
that ain't bad.
wood's missing. This one's been updated, 2012.
Yeah. Woohoo!
If you take the factor down to 90, that,
You want to do that and leave it at that? Everybody
Yeah.
good with that?
that helps
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
2180B, factor from 105 to 90. All right.
That that was all for them, right?
Y'all want to, let's go on to Bradley now.
Gotta do it at some point.
Bradley. 1983 B. 1983 B. All right, this was the piece, it was the Land Conservancy piece.
Had the easement on it?
Bradley. Tom,
Is that a
Conservation,
question for
another
Beth or
name?
Merlin? Because we don't have the tax card when they changed it to,
Conservation?
a conservation easement, right? We got the tax card from before as a conservation easement, and then the tax card after. Is that just like a land use kind of?
I mean,
Question?
to me, my motion would be to take it to 46,000 like it was when they changed it. But we can ask Beth or Marlon.
Negative C, right, the county was the one who brought it down in 2023, so they adjusted the value based on the old assessment. And then the assessor brought it back up, and he was doing his numbers after the county lowered it down. You would think that would have. Oh, she's gone. I'm kind of interested if they just put a percentage. But I guess it does make sense, right? Because basically land like that didn't change
No,
in
because they just went
value.
right back to the original before they
Another
put an
name?
Yeah,
easement.
so just reset it.
That's
Might
what
be
I
that
think.
CABL investment.
I think the
Okay, yeah. I got
assessor just
that.
missed it.
See that one?
Yeah,
Alright.
thank you, love.
You're welcome.
And he also said there's only 6 acres of woodland, and the rest of it's open.
And as I did, I'm turning them over. See what the-
6 for the rest open.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 18 something in that field, I know that.
But see, for our purpose, it's not gonna matter,
No.
because it's gonna be a flat fair value of 46,000.
They live in Mechanicsville. What's the question on the table?
We're waiting for Beth or Marlin.
Okay,
And after that, it's just the 3 waterfront lots,
Right.
Yeah.
and it's just a question of,
I hear the radio, so that's what was going on
Hello.
hey, how you doing?
here. Hi.
Go ahead, Neil.
On this property,
I'll show you the,
it was assessed in 2019 at 75,900, and then in 2023, there was a conservation easement put on it. And I would imagine that was the county that lowered the assessed value to 46,000. And then it just came back after the reassessment at the old assessed value, 75,900.
Regardless of what's showing on here, when the property's in conservation easement, we automatic changes to the land use value. So it'll go to whatever the land use value is for 2024.
Do you know, is that something that
It's gonna
could,
be, what did I say, 1560 an acre.
so it should be all one lump sum, 1560 an acre?
Yeah, and what we have to do is we check to see if the whole parcel is in the conservation easement, and if it is, it's for automatic change to 1560, and I will do that.
okay. Okay.
What do we do
26
for an
acres
order?
and
Is that
So
the
what do we do
60
for an order?
40,000.
What would that that be, RJ? Did you?
What was it, 20?
1560 an acre?
And how many acres?
25.
25.56.
We have a list of all the properties in the conservation easement.
That's 39,887.
So just need to just tell Beth that properties in the conservation easement so we can change the value.
It's out of our hands.
It's some out of our hands. We don't have any control. That's, the number's set, so.
1 second.
You
Okay,
have no control over that land use value.
all right. Thank you, that was an easy one.
That's easy.
Woohoo!
So we give that to them, they'll send
We
them a
pass
notice?
it on saying it's a conservation easement, and they take care of adjusting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So which on the, or- 'cause I
Or
have-
the order, yeah,
She'll have some numbers for me, just like.
Yeah.
you discussed.
yeah, she'll give you, she'll give you. what
So
you-
all this,
to notify what
you go to Mechanicsville.
We still got to.
Bless your heart, thank you.
you.
Thank you. I wish they were all that easy.
I know.
Thank you.
Interesting.
Have a
We haven't
blessed
gotten
day.
many conservation easements, so. All right, this is
Okay, Doc, where we going?
83, F, G, and H are all side by side, so
83.
and this was the comparison with Courtney, wasn't it?
Yeah.
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 This is the same, is Cecil close to here? Or is this a different area?
What's that?
Didn't we have somebody,
Yes, the
Yeah.
Ransons, right? Is that right, RJ?
Yeah, it was Cecil Ranson had the lot that was partially
Yeah.
marsh or whatever it was.
I think we put, I
It
think
was
we
right
left
here,
it
wasn't
at,
it?
Yeah.
Right at the corner?
this looks like a different area, actually.
Was it? Or was
No,
that
no,
further
no,
up?
I'm sorry. This is a different, this is not, no, this is down Rocky Neck Road. That's a
Okay.
different area. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about another parcel that we were.
This is down Teague.
Oh, so this is down close to Greenbelt,
Thi-
Granville Bay, Granville,
If you go like you were going to Conrad's
Yeah,
Upper Deck,
yeah.
it's that white picket fence farm on the right
okay,
before you get down to all the houses and stuff at the end of Rocky Neck.
yep. So the ones on Courtney, you said sit high up, right? And there's
Yeah.
kind of a drop. And these, I know, I've walked this land a long time ago, and it's a very nice slope to the water.
If this already has riprap and you're not having to put $100,000 into the shoreline.
Yeah.
The other thing would mainly be with land, it's kind of just an equalization thing, because either we've got to change, you got to change a whole bunch of stuff
GH.
Agreed, yep.
there on the Rappahannock. But I guess that would be the justification, though I don't think that the assessor was aware of it, and it kind of doesn't make sense to me from an
So-
assessment standpoint, but I could see where these are just simple and there's already riprap. You're going in and building West Courtney Road, much more acreage, but a lot more complicated and expensive to build on.
I mean, I guess all these lots would be similar.
Yeah, I mean, you'd either have to pull the, or I guess look them up on Bamanet or pull a bunch of tax cards to really see.
BHE.
But my guess it's all 260 for the home site and then
Probably so.
10 or 15,000 for residual to get those numbers.
Let's see if we get lucky. With some vacant land. No. 260.
You like the number 260 for home sites,
Yeah, he does.
that's for sure.
What was another one here? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Variance. I'll spell it right. Eaerentz. Land value, 260.
But as a crow flies, the Cecil Ranson property wasn't that far away from here, right?
Right.
And I think we did something for him because of the marsh and the 100-foot setback. I think we put some sort of. Is that it there?
Look at these lots.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, it's all,
Well, if Cecil Rankin y'all took, you said take adjustment from 10% to 30%,
right, there's some sort of adjustment on his because of the
because it's an,
Ooh.
they have as well.
Yeah.
215 on Dillon Drive.
215. 215. This is all Granville Bay, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. So our property's right here. E, let's see what D is.
See, I think
Oh.
they put a, seemed like to me they put a boat ramp down there.
Granville Bay?
This Sunset Shores or
Oh.
whatever we're looking at.
Huh.
Or maybe it was supposed to be one, and I don't know if it ever got put in. But all of that was supposed to be developed at one point. I think there's one or two houses that went up, and then it stopped.
Where is it located?
260.
Is it not on three though, right?
So
No, it's just
literally
down
on
354.
Oh, okay.
each side,
So what is the land value there?
oh, that's a raw piece of land.
Yeah.
1983D. 1983D. There it is. The wrong one, sorry.
Forgiven.
190.
90.
Huh.
So,
The only thing, I don't know if there's anything weird with the road
Let's-
getting to those sites.
let's check this one too. Braswell. There's a 1S, remember?
Yes, 1S.
That it? Land. 240.
Huh. 83G.
240, 190,
5.
265, 265, 265. 265. This one says it's got, I mean, at least as much frontage as this one does.
Yeah.
Um, 270. $270. And it's probably because he's had the boat ramp right there on
Oh.
Courtney Road.
Okay.
So,
Hard to see much of a pattern there. It's weird that that one's 195.
Yeah.
If there's
yeah,
some reason if he pulled the tax card they would do it.
Either that or just to make them all 240 to equal to the one that's 2 lots over.
That was gonna be my recommendation.
Yeah. Good recommendation.
take the 190, move them up to 240, and they're all the same at 240, so 265?
If we're gonna move the 195, I would either not move it, or at least take a look at the tax card. And just make sure that there's not some note or something, that there's
Okay.
any particular reason, like he had some sort of depreciation on, Cecil Ranson's, or I could see just trusting the assessor on that and not messing with it and just taking the other guys to 240. Unless we wanna look at it to see if we should.
So
take
you
it
want,
to-
you want to leave this guy at 195 and take all the rest of them to
240.
240?
Or if we're thinking about changing that one up, then I would at least look at the tax card and do a little bit more research and
All right.
just see if
Crystal,
there-
can we get 1983D and C, please?
Tax card,
Uh-huh.
C and D.
Yes. You want, I guess we went,
I guess the notes on D at least.
Where do you want to feel?
I guess both.
Yeah, I guess the field cheap. Because on Cecil Ranson's, he did have, because he had some sort of
Issue
number
with
on
that
there,
one lot,
and
yeah.
we decided to take it up to 30 to give him more for it.
I remember that, yeah.
At least make sure there's not a
Okay.
reason. If there's no reason for it to be any different, then you
Yeah.
should make them all the same.
Yeah. It's weird how that one lot, though, it's just, they're
It's
all boom, boom,
strange.
boom, and
CD,
Good old algorithms.
CD, F.
yeah, we're looking at,
What is F then?
right here.
It's not the same that
Yeah, we're looking at E, F, G,
E, F, G. Okay.
but H and I, they're all 265. This one's 240, and this one's 195. So to try, if they're all pretty much the same lot, they should all, same view, same
Okay.
everything else, all should be about the same value.
I don't know why Dillon Drive is 215. but
Newberry.
Some of them on Dillon Drive have a nice sand beach. I can almost see. So they must be like 1, 2, 3, and here. From the road end, the one that's 240 must have that house on it, and the one that's 195.
This one's 260 also.
Right, that one, the one that's 240 has a house on it, right? I mean, but that seems like nicer. Gets that piece there.
Yeah.
And then you come over on like a Dillon Drive. I don't know if he's just doing that because of the community, but those are all nice home sites.
Right.
They get similar drops as well. Those have sand beaches. Those should be. Um, here is D, right? Yeah, D 190.
He's at 260 also. I thought it was at 195. So everybody's 260 except for this one at 240.
Is D's 195, right? D's 195, David, I think.
190.
190 within the residual.
That's right, I was looking at the wrong daggone one. Yep.
1965, something like that.
Yes, that's right. 190.
Yep.
And the other one, Braswell, is 240, and these are all 260.
624. Do you make them all 215 like Dillon Drive? Or just make them all 240? Maybe it's.
Well, I mean, Dillon Drive, they all have the same,
They've all got sand beaches. I was just looking at the map.
so more valuable or attractive than arguably
Maybe the
these.
community, maybe that's got something to do with the community being. I
Don't
could see
go
making them all 215.
220, 215?
That's,
I mean, 215 would match the other ones?
Yep,
Good on that?
sounds good.
And we're gonna do that for all these right here?
yeah.
Okay. I like that.
Because there's no notes
Starting at-
whatsoever on
No,
this.
no, it's, yeah.
Start-
What number you gonna start at?
We'll start at C, D, E, F, G, H, and
Bless
I.
you.
Bless you.
Okay. What is 45C then? That 45?
This one right here?
Yeah.
That's the one that had the house on it, I think we were just
Oh,
looking
that,
at,
and
right?
it's larger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Perfect.
Great Falls, Virginia.
That
Okay.
was all the rest of those, right?
Yeah, the whole line, whole neighborhood. Put these in.
You're getting equalized, you're getting equalized, you're getting equalized, you're getting equalized. Everybody gets equalized. Love Oprah.
We're gonna have 3 taxpayers happy with that. Well, 195, not too much, but the other ones. All right,
Hold on,
let's,
she's not here. Oh, were you getting ready to tell her?
yeah, I'll just write it, I'll tell her when she gets back. Let's do Vanessa Waddy.
Oh, you know, that's all mixed up, look like to me. I try to read it, you read it and see, don't look like stuff is together, I don't know. Maybe just have her come up there and explain, well, you look at it.
Vanessa's properties?
Yeah, look at it. I thought she had a property in,
125.
with with a guy's name on it, I thought that was in Northumberland, but it must not be, I don't.
All right, let's do 2321 first.
Okay, I'm looking at it.
Maryball Road.
Okay, that's the one down the street from me, okay. Oh. And.
There you go, Crystal.
I didn't see any decks, she don't have a deck, 2 decks, I didn't see that.
1983.
I ain't got people to come see what they own stuff. And use the blame, you know what I'm saying?
Ella, where are you on, which number are you on this map?
120, oh God, I never used, one, I don't know.
You don't know?
It would be in my brother's name,
Oh, okay,
because I'm too old to keep stuff in my name.
okay. So
So this way,
you're,
when I pass, you know, you can just take
I
over.
have to go through much of
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Oh, John S. Nickens.
so she's gonna be to the right of you. If you're in your yard, she's to the right of you.
Yeah, if I'm facing
Okay.
the highway, yeah.
Yep, all right.
And I'm looking over here, it said addition, I know she have a sunroom, but she don't have any 2 decks. That's what I got, when I looked at it, I said, then she needed,
This has got 2 decks. There's no decks?
no decks.
Okay,
She got that little small porch on the front,
okay.
and
Sunroom?
she got In the back.
Okay. All right.
And then, I don't know what, that's,
Factor went
that's,
from 90 to 105.
Yep.
no carport, no garage, no basement. I don't know. She used gas heat. Well, I get heat from here, okay. Hardwood
This is
floors.
another one where it went from 80 square foot to 150. So if we take
You can certainly go back to 90, right?
90 on factor and
Yep.
And a house that's 70.
75 years old.
75 years old. yeah.
Depreciation, want to increase that too?
I would say so.
50?
It only increased 5% from 19 to 24, so.
Want to go 50 on that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Al, is it in pretty rough shape, or what kind of shape is it
You
in?
think 50% depreciation for a 75-year-old home, that home?
It's fine with me, whatever.
You know it.
No, she just about a few years back, she had added on a lot of the new part.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a good house. She lives alone.
It's in pretty good shape, though?
Yes.
So just change the factor on that one?
You should see her yard.
Well,
It's
or
beautiful.
even go to 40%.
I think, yeah, let's do that.
45, something.
Yeah,
All right.
so factor 105 to 90 and physical from 35 to 45.
All right,
Everybody okay there?
Yep.
All right.
I'm good.
23, 21, Crystal, factor from 105 to 90. And physical depreciation from 35 to 45. And the next one is
What is this here?
23, 26.
I don't even know. Let me see.
It's
Land?
just wooded land.
Land.
This went from 2,000 an acre to 4,500 an acre.
Where is
for
that?
wooded.
Camps Mills?
So that's gonna be 23, 26. That's behind her house.
Oh, that's behind the
Yeah,
house?
right,
Yeah.
right here, directly behind the house.
How many acres behind there? 3?
Yep. Is it farmland? I thought all that was farmland back there.
No,
It's wooded?
that's,
It's
Behind
showing,
her
showing
is
wooded
a-
on here.
behind her is woods.
Okay.
Then that lady had that little house next to her, and then Danny Carson, that house up on the hill. I mean, that land up on the hill. Danny or his pappy, one of them, who knows?
All right, let me ask you a question. Is it any reason why wooded land would increase $2,500 an acre since 2019?
I guess that's a sort of an equalization
Yeah.
thing. And I mean, I don't ever want to, if all the other wooded acreage went up to 4,500, then. But potentially there's a mistake there. That does seem kind of high. I thought open land was 4,500, right?
Seems high.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought too.
Typically,
Yeah.
yeah.
What was it on the guys with the conservation easement? Might-
No, that, no, she's not on that other house that's covered up in.
Upside down.
I think he just picked a number. That's 4,500 square right there, acre too.
Okay, that's behind, I don't know where it is.
The last one we looked at,
Uh-huh.
that wooded land was at 2,500.
See, that's crazy.
David, I'm sorry, I just want to clarify, it's 1960 for the conservation easement. I think I told you 1560.
Okay.
1960.
Thank
Okay.
you.
But we will still take care of that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We knew you would.
So just-
2,500 an acre for the last one?
That's what he had on, is it 1983P that we looked at?
Yes, yep.
Yeah. Open land was at 4,500, wooded at 2,500.
All right.
Yep, I'd equalize it to
But
2,500.
part of it is open, yeah. The point is she got a couple of old cars back there, I don't know.
So y'all
Whatever.
want to go from 45 to 2,500?
Yep.
Okay, everybody good there?
Yes.
All right. 23, 26. The 3 acres, instead of 4,500 an acre, 2,500 an acre. Right. Yep.
All right.
And then look at the next one, though. You got that at 1,500.
Well, he's got a note about
Rolling sloping,
Wow.
possibly marsh.
possible marsh.
Where, on that
And
piece?
that didn't change at all, so.
Yeah,
there's
no.
No action there.
On which one,
So,
on
yeah.
hers?
Yeah, there's no change.
68A, yeah, just leave it be.
This one said James Ball,
We just leave that alone.
Yeah.
but this, 68A?
Yeah, there was no change on the taxes.
I really thought that was in Northumberland, but hey,
All right, no change on that one, Crystal. 1768A.
thank you, whatever.
All right. Bill Davenport.
Davenport. Place.
29101.
William. Diamonds Creek.
Another one that came before us last time.
Yep.
I don't remember this one.
I think they came last time more on the commercial properties. On the commercial? Yeah. This is Bill's old home place, Kathy's parents' house.
Front on Route 648. ECN due to location of joint.
Factor went from 105 to 111. We bumped the physical depreciation up. There's no letter or anything?
No, he called me, yep, and said that he couldn't fathom the land increasing what it did and the improvement values increasing when they've done nothing to the house.
Man.
Yeah, one time
Some
it
sort
was-
of primer that explains what the hell improvement means, what the heck improvement means.
This house is 100 years old.
One time it was 490 in 2019. And it's 328. And it's 482.
So is this gonna be like a $260,000 home site that we could adjust down 20%? Bring that back in line a little bit? Or is this,
Well, I tell you what, these lots right here just closed. These were his aunt's lots. Kathy lives right here. Let's see. Oh, it's not showing yet. I think they closed for $175, both these lots together. 280 for that one. 190, 185 for this lot. 300's gonna be tough.
Looks pretty nice from the aerial.
It's a beautiful piece of land.
Yeah.
What 101 is?
Does anybody live there? And then that's
Oh,
the,
God, it's open just.
Right there in the house?
Yep. that's
Yeah, they
where
live there.
that's their full-time resident?
Yeah, they're raising two girls there.
Yep.
And he walks next door to work.
That's pretty nice.
Yep.
Think that could sell for 482,000?
If it was all fixed up, yeah.
I haven't been in it in years.
It's very old and needs updating.
Gotcha. That is always hard to know how being next to a
I know.
commercial
yeah.
property
Yeah.
affects something.
Yeah.
Well, they gave it 20% economical depreciation.
And always take the factor back.
Yeah, factor to 105.
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna take it back to?
You even see just taking it down to 100.
The factor?
Yeah, just to sort of
Yeah.
double dip in with the economic depreciation. I think that's pretty,
It's next to a business, oh, yeah, seafood business.
Yeah, and it's their business. I
Saves.
mean,
Oh.
so he,
takes about 50,000 off the total value.
it's a working, fish
Okay.
house, yeah. So they factor to 100 in physical,
If you take the factor back to 100, then you're taking about 50,000 off, so that gets you down to 430, 432. Again, hard to say when you're next door to something like that. Some people wouldn't buy it for anything, but there's not a whole lot of waterfront on Dimer Creek with a house on it
that's right, yeah.
selling for 432. I feel like that's a pretty high physical depreciation, but I don't.
Let's see what Dabney is. He's next door. All right, so I think this is an older home too. Let's see. 1930. This house is a little bit smaller. Building value here of 165, 985 versus Davenport's at 454.
Now
And the home site at 225 versus 300.
the total building value for this one's 205, right? Because that number that you're looking at there would include all the depreciation. Like they're.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So 454 is the top line number. But
Right,
I think that total
right.
building value down there after the
You're right, yeah.
factor, and so if we took the factor to 100, I mean, we can always bump physical depreciation a little bit. Guess it'd be interesting to see what their physical depreciation is, but I think the big thing is taking the factor down to 100 because of the age of the home and also the location. See the factor being a little bit higher, a couple, just even one property away from the commercial stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Both in 25. The Google Drive-by looks pretty nice.
Home site, 800. Ooh.
What would you do for physical?
Maybe bump it to 60.
Okay. 160.
Yep. You okay with that?
Yes,
29,101. We're gonna take the factor from 111 to 100. And physical depreciation from 50 to 60. Then we got Rachel Harding.
that's it for that?
That's it for that. This is our last one. We'll try to get Neil so he can
It'd be early to pick them up.
pick up kids.
Go home and go get them
But
on
we're
bike.
not gonna stay here with you. You sit outside. Who we looking for?
Rachel Harding, This is the
Rachel
last one.
Martin,
This
there
is
she is.
25-95.
Yes, sir, thank you, sir.
And RJ had some pictures of the house he took.
What do you do with them?
He's got them on his phone for us. Let's see here. So her land value didn't change at all. His improvements went up 30,000.
Deserted. And yet,
Deserted, yeah.
wow.
And this is one RJ and I are talking about. This one may be one that we just give it a fair value
Yeah.
because I don't know that the inside's even habitable.
Hmm.
He said when he took a picture through the back door, you can see right through the front door.
Yeah, I heard him, yeah.
There's nothing inside, so,
She lives there?
no,
Oh, okay.
no, nobody lives there.
Yeah, is there still electric and a septic?
That's a good question.
I mean, like the ones that we've, you know, have any
What was
problem
this
doing
question?
physical depreciation, 90% or something?
And a
I think the
septic
ones that
and a
we've
well,
kind of
yeah.
just given a fair market.
They had no, that's right, no electric to
There's
it.
no electric and
Yep.
no
R//W
septic
off.
Yep.
according to those people.
And it's
But, you know,
no
just
attic,
because
no
the
value,
the septic's not too big of a deal, but I guess if there was still,
And you know what, it looks like here, they even took off for plumbing and heat
Yep.
and took off for piers,
okay,
so,
yeah. Well, if they took off for plumbing
But-
and heat, then,
but they upped the factor from 85 to 100,
that's crazy.
and then said it was deserted,
Yeah.
and then took the physical from 63 to 70.
They got 6 rooms and space heat.
Yeah, and then look, then they took off here, they took off for the plumbing, so I guess there's no plumbing and no heat.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy.
So,
So,
I guess the question, RJ, does, you know if Rachel, this house at Rachel's, does it have, the thing on here says no plumbing, no heat, is it, you know if there's any power?
no plumbing, no.
Honestly, I can't
Let me
answer that,
see.
honestly, unless,
It says
I can
space
find
heat.
out real quick.
Yeah, we give her a shout. See if it's power, and then, it says well and septic, see if it's,
Then it says space heat.
I guess that, yeah, maybe that was the type of heat before.
Oh, okay. You don't have the old sheet, was this?
Condition F and Class D, what's that?
Pretty bad.
Bad.
Fair and D is
Hey,
pretty much as bad as you can
the
get.
house we're looking at,
Okay.
D.
does that have electricity?
Potato.
Huh.
Okay, so, no, it's not hooked up,
Not hooked up to electric?
no, it's not hooked up to electric.
How about
What about,
well,
what about water? No, we were actually in a meeting, we were deliberating on it, and the question came up. How about water and septic? It's, all that stuff's there, but it's not functional. So, yeah. Okay, I just wanted to verify, because I couldn't answer it honestly. Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty much non-functional.
All right.
Knock it down.
And they've got attic, no value, vacant, overgrown, no value on the shed frame.
Yeah, so with that, I think we could put it as just a,
What is a fair value? And do we go back to the fair value of the previous? In the previous one, they had a, that's when we reassessed it before.
Yep.
We
either
gave
that or you
the,
can obviously go back.
we
to
gave the
something.
improvements 40,800. And nothing's been done to it, RJ, in the past.
If anything, just deterioration. No, it hasn't been anything, they're not working on it. I think that was the idea, but not what I saw. And Neil, I've got pictures too, Mr. Davis,
Yeah, I'll
if you
take
wanna
them.
see them, I didn't show them to you at lunch, so. And it's just of the outside, but
What do you think, Jan? Value something like this? I mean, look at the land, right?
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
it.
yeah, and
You
I
gotta
mean,
tear
if
the
you wanna
house
give
down.
something to the improvement value, give them like, I don't know, 10, 15,000? Do you wanna give them that much?
And I mean, it stays open like
What's it cost to demo? Well, I know, we just demoed our office
Fair,
building.
yeah.
It was about
It's
20,000.
that.
expensive.
The roof's all falling in. You can just look underneath the house. The back door is open straight through to the front door, which was open.
Garbage in the yard.
Yes, ma'am.
It seems it's got maybe a little bit more potential than some of the ones we put like a dollar on, right? I mean, it's not been abandoned completely for 50 years, like I think.
Where is it located?
5,000 value?
That's down off of 354 as well, down in
Leave-
Ottoman.
Leave the land, but just give the home a fair value of 5,000?
Yeah.
Is that okay with y'all?
What's that?
We're leaving the land the way it is and just assigning a fair value to the home of $5,000.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right, Crystal, 25.95. The only thing we're changing is we're giving a fair value to the house of $5,000. So everything else can be taken off. So you got the home site value at 9,000, and then a fair value for the home of 5,000
And condition F is bad.
F is bad.
total, right?
Condition F is bad, right?
It's fair,
Fair, and then
Fail.
the class is dilapidated.
pretty bad.
I don't think that's what it
The class is dilapidated, so it's pretty much.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that. I don't think the squirrels would go in there.
Depends on how hungry they are.
Yeah.
Chewing some wood or something.
That's right.
Okay. We finished?
Thank you all. All right,
Thank you.
next Tuesday and Thursday.
Tuesday.